Welcome back everybody, my name is Excrabular and today I have an amazing tutorial. This is a witch hut farm tutorial for farming witches. Now witches are really useful for getting stuff like redstone and sticks, so without any further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to each of the four corners. So for instance right here you can see this lines up like this and this lines up like this, and then you're going to want to mine down 4 blocks. So this block right here. Then you're just going to want to mark it with some kind of special block and do this on all of the 4 corners. Then for each of the top corners, you're going to do the same thing, just you're going to go up 4 blocks like this. Then what you're going to want to do is just clear away this entire area. So you want to make this easy to farm. So for instance, get rid of any water, clear away the terrain, get rid of trees, and of course destroy the witch hut. Perfect. Now that we have this completed, we're going to want to start actually building the farm. So you're going to want to make sure, I actually had one of my blocks, a couple of my blocks, a little bit off. Make sure your blocks are pretty much lined up and make sure you have some room on all sides for you to be able to build the farm. So first what we're going to do is just replace each of these blocks with something simple. For instance, I'm just going to be using stone, and you're going to replace each one of these blocks with that so you know each of your corners. Now how this farm is going to work is that it's going to be multiple platforms with dispensers on this side pushing the witches over with water, and the witches will then fall down right here and they'll get pushed along into a crushing place or lava if you want to use lava or anything else to kill them. So first what we're going to do is build our first layer, and then every 3 blocks we're going to build another layer. Once we have all the platforms complete, as you can see, I do have 1 layer with wool. That's because the ending for my blocks was right here. So I've just placed wool up here as that's going to be the ceiling. And next what I'm going to do is just build the walls down on this side and this side over here, and make sure that this side is an extra block out so the witches can fall down. Once you have the walls completed, you're going to want to grab a dispenser and water buckets for each one. And you're just going to want to place the dispenser, throw in a water bucket, and just do this like this on each of these blocks for each of the levels. Once you have that completed, with each dispenser having a water bucket in it, then you're going to go along and just place 2 blocks like this in front of each of the blocks that you place the dispensers on. Then you're going to go through and place redstone dust on the back block and redstone repeaters on the front block. Then back here, we're going to create just a way to power all of these at once. So you can either create a redstone clock or some kind of thing like that. Personally, I just like to use a really simple thing that's not going to break really easily. Literally just redstone dust and repeaters. So like this, we place repeaters and we set them to 4 ticks, and we place redstone dust, and it literally just runs a signal through, and it goes slowly because of all the redstone repeaters. This is the easiest and simplest way to create a redstone clock, and because I'm not a redstone genius, I prefer to do it this way. Then once we have that completed, we can obviously send a pulse through, but we don't need to do that yet. Instead, what we're going to do is have it connect up. So grab some blocks and just create like little ladders to each separate different thing. If the signal runs out, you can just add an extra repeater, but it really shouldn't run out. The next step is just to send a pulse through and see if it works. I did have a small bug here with a dispenser that was already out, but other than that, I had it working fine. One quick fix later, and it looks like our witch farm is working pretty well. This is looks pretty complicated redstone. It's really just a giant mess of redstone. As I said, I'm not a redstone genius, but as you can see, this is working pretty good. We have water coming out, it's going to be pushing the witches, and it's activating every couple seconds. So if a witch is in there, it's going to get pushed over and fall down. So next, all we have to do is create a collection system, and then we're pretty much finished up. So we're going to go down here, and as you can see, I've already built a little thing just for them to land. So what we're going to want to do is also, again, test out the water, make sure it's not flowing off the sides, and make sure that it's going to flow just enough to fall into the entity cramming hole or lava hole or whatever you want to use. Perfect. Now they're going to be falling down into this hole, and we can do whatever we want to kill them and add like a hopper to get that. So let's test it out. If you do want to do entity cramming, then make sure that you have 24 minecarts. If you want to do lava, then make sure that they're going to be falling far enough that the light source doesn't reach up here. So as you can see, I'm just going to place 24 minecarts. "24 minecarts down, we close that up. Then we're just going to head over here and get rid of the extra light and see if our farm is actually working. You are going to want to be about 24 blocks away from your farm for this to actually work, because there are some limits to mob spawning, like hostile mob spawning. If you're within 24 blocks, the mob will not spawn. If you are outside of 36 blocks from it, it has a chance to despawn, and if you're outside 128 blocks, it will automatically despawn. If you want, you can also replace the top with tinted glass, which is what I'm going to do now, just so you can keep an eye on the farm. If you want to keep an eye on your farm, then you can just check your Y here. I'm currently at Y73, and then if you just do some simple addition, you do 73, say plus 120, then that's going to equal 193. So once you go up to 193, then you can build a small platform. Now I'm just going to AFK for about 10 minutes and see what kind of drops we get from the farm. Alright, so after AFKing for just about 10 minutes, I'm going to drop down and see how many drops we got. There is a spider in there. Really not sure how to keep the spiders from spawning. Maybe like some signs or something placed strategically. But we're going to head down here, break this block, see what we got. We got 4 sugar, 16 redstone dust, 1 glowstone, and 3 sticks. So because I AFK'd for 10 minutes, then 16 times 6 is 96. So that means you're going to get approximately 100 redstone dust an hour. And obviously there's other drops. So you can also get spider eyes, but I didn't get any that time. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.